On August 20th, 1966, a boy climbing Vintém Hill in the Niterói region of Rio de Janeiro found two men lying side by side on the grass. Marcelo da Cruz, 26, and Manoel Pereira da Cruz, 32, no relation despite their shared surname. Both wore identical lead masks over their eyes. Nearby lay a notebook with two addresses, scattered pills, and a note written in Portuguese, Contact 404. Wait for signal at agreed time. 3:30 p.m. The men's clothing was neat. There were no signs of struggle. Initial witnesses described an almost ceremonial positioning, as though the men had lain down together and simply stopped breathing. Authorities arrived within hours, but by then, something crucial had already shifted in the investigation's trajectory. Toxicology reports came back within days. Both men had consumed a lethal cocktail of barbiturates and other sedatives. Yet the lead masks remained unexplained. Why would two men ingest poison while wearing heavy metal eye coverings? The investigation fractured immediately. Police questioned the Contact 404 reference. Was it a person, a laboratory, a coded instruction? Newspapers in Rio ran conflicting stories. Some witnesses claimed the men were part of an underground UFO-watching community. Others suggested industrial espionage. The Pereira family insisted Manoel had recently become obsessed with extraterrestrial communication. By September 1966, rumor had eclipsed fact. Journalists documented neighborhood whispers about secret experiments conducted on Vintém Hill the week prior, none of which could be verified. The official investigation stalled within 3 weeks. The strangest detail emerged not from what happened, but from what almost happened. A third man, whose identity was never disclosed, had arranged to meet Marcelo da Cruz on Vintém Hill that same afternoon. He arrived late. When he found the bodies, he vanished from the investigation entirely. No name ever appeared in official reports. Some researchers argue this missing witness held the answer to who ordered the lead masks. Others suggest his absence was deliberate, that whoever needed those deaths to look like suicide depended on ambiguity. The pills found beside the bodies were never conclusively identified. The note's handwriting was analyzed but never definitively matched to either victim. Years later, a retired investigator told a journalist that the case file had been selectively edited before public release, though he provided no documentation. Two explanations have competed for 58 years. The first, favored by official channels, a murder-suicide orchestrated by persons unknown, possibly related to pharmaceutical theft or industrial espionage. The second, favored by internet communities, the men were participants in a consciousness experiment or UFO contact ritual that went catastrophically wrong. Neither explanation accounts for all the evidence. Neither explains the missing third witness. Neither explains why a coroner's report would be edited. The rational explanation feels incomplete. The speculative explanation requires leaps unsupported by documentation. What remains is a gap not between two theories, but between what we know happened and what we are allowed to know about why it happened. Vintém Hill is still there. The note is still archived. Manoel Pereira's family still lived in Niterói for decades afterward, never fully answering questions. In 1968, another man matching Marcelo da Cruz's description was briefly questioned and released without explanation. No charges were ever filed. No autopsy details were ever released to the public. The lead masks themselves vanished from the police evidence locker sometime in the 1970s. What we are left with is a shape, the outline of a story we can almost see clearly, but not quite. Not a mystery that wants to be solved, but a mystery that may be designed to stay unsolved. And the question that keeps its weight: Were Marcelo and Manuel willing participants who understood the risk, or casualties of something that needed them dead?